Amy Pejkovic. I am here with Kayo Sports for the 2024 Glamour on the Grid, and I am so excited to have a chat to some of the guests, so let's go. Which teammate do you think would transition well into a Formula One driver?
I'll say John Noble, because they've got to be pretty small and fit into the cars. So Nobes is about 5'9", so I think he could transition well.
Well, actually saying before, a lot of them are over 6 foot, so you could actually...
There you go. I think, yeah, but they look so lean and small. I've watched a little bit of the doco stuff, so... but yeah, they're amazing athletes.
Carlson 2 and 0.
Yes.
How are you feeling?
I'm excited. I'm a bit fizzed up at the moment. It's a great time to be in Melbourne. Carlton winning, F1's in town, so life is good right now.
It doesn't get better than the Grand Prix, does it?
It doesn't. I live close by, so I can hear them roaring past, which is great early morning. So it's good to be in Melbourne at the moment. There's so many great people here in town and beautiful people. It's a great event, and Melbourne really turns on for it.
Welcome.
Thank you. Good to be here. It's actually good to have a bit of a change in weather, because we were just saying before, we get this like cold breeze coming in, and coming from Queensland, I was like, I'm wearing pants when I come here. I hope it's not hot like it is at home. And now I'm like,
you wish it was.
That warm right now. Yeah.
So how did you get into Formula One? What made you love the sport?
Well, it's actually one of those things where all the boys are into it, and as a byproduct, they're like, Link, come and have a look. So I come and have a watch with all the fellas, and my roommate is well into the Netflix show as well.
Yeah.
So I'm just sitting back with him watching. I'm like, okay, this is pretty epic.
This is fun.
Yeah, and so that's kind of my way into it, because I've always been a footy boy.
Yeah.
And so when all the mates are into it, you don't want to be left out. And when you see why they're into it, and then all of a sudden, you get deeper into it, going, okay, what it takes to be a driver, all the everything that happens behind the scenes, I really just love watching, and how it all comes together to make it what's on the track a reality. That's when I go, okay, this is pretty bloody epic.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah.
It's very amazing.
And when you see the reaction times of the drivers, because you go, okay, like you play PlayStation, you go, this could be all right.
I can do this, absolutely.
And then all of a sudden you see what they're doing, you're like, I can't do this.
No, maybe not.
No, I'll stick to acting.
I'm here with David Zaharakis, who is a former Essendon footballer and now Ironman. Which driver do you think would be the best Ironman?
Ooh, best Ironman. George is a good shape for it, yeah. Is he tall? You met him today?
Yes, he was very tall. He's taller than me.
He looks a good size, I reckon. But Valtteri rides, and Valtteri rides everywhere, so all he needs to do is be able to run and swim, and he's probably the one that can transfer across.
So you're a Max fan, aren't you?
I'm a Max fan, yeah. You know that, Amy.
I wouldn't have thought.
Yeah, Team Max for quite a few years now.
If you could convince a non-F1 fan to become an F1 fan, what would you tell them?
It's a spectacular sport. It's creates everything. It's entertaining. It's fast. It's brilliant to watch. It's competitive. If you're not with
If you're not Max.
if you're looking for spots maybe 2 to 5, it's a very competitive sport at the moment. But no, it's entertaining. You can travel the world, watch it. You go to exotic places around the world, and it's just a brilliant sport to watch.
How are you feeling? Are you excited for the weekend?
I am really excited, Amy. Unfortunately, I'm playing in a netball tournament this weekend, so tonight is my only taste of F1 action, but I'll be staying tuned on Kayo for sure.
Oh, thank goodness. If you could say one netballer could become an F1 driver, who would it be?
We were actually talking about this today because we were trying to figure out who had the biggest neck, which I don't know if that's a compliment, but I know it's a very positive aspect to be an F1 driver. I was in the running, but I didn't end up. I'm going to say probably the Diamonds captain, Liz Watson, not because of her thick neck, but because of her amazing athletic prowess, I think.
What is your favourite thing about the Australian Grand Prix as an Aussie?
Well, it's so nostalgic for me. Obviously, it's cemented in roots. Coming here with my father every year. I was actually just reminiscing the other day with him. Now there are so many incredible food and beverage outlets here. We would stop at Baker's Delight on the way to the track and pick up a custard scroll and bring our thermos of tea. So yeah, it's come a long way since then.
There's a lot you can choose from now.
There's a lot. I think the thing I am most excited about this weekend though is we've got 2 Australians on the grid. It'd be great for one of them to bring home a podium. That'd be really sensational. I mean, I've got a soft spot for Oscar Piastri. Obviously, his surname sounds like pastry, so.
Well, they do call him Oscar Pastry sometimes.
Well, they do. Maybe like Loon on a McLaren at some point.
You should do a croissant for Oscar Piastri.
Well, we kind of have.
You have.
Watch this weekend.
That's exciting. If you could swap lives with any F1 driver, who would it be?
Oh, man, any F1 driver. Probably Lewis Hamilton. I think he's got the most luxurious career, and what he does off track is so important with, all his work with young black people, bringing them up through F1 as well. And I love fashion, so it's why I'm here as well. And yeah, his work is amazing.
Would you say he has the best style out of all the drivers?
Yes, but Zhou Guanyu is very, very close second.
It actually means
Might have to bleep that one out. Yes, okay, I get you now. I understand now. If F1 could come up to any other city in Australia, where would it be?
I reckon we should go to the Gold Coast.
Oh, you think the Gold Coast? Well, supercar.
Well, yeah, we've got a track there already and we wouldn't be standing here freezing our off. It'd be nice, warm, beautiful weather.
I mean, we'd be sweating.
I'm all right with sweat. I just don't like shivering.
Yeah, it's a bit cold.
Yeah, it's freezing.
If you could swap lives with any F1 driver, who would it be?
Any F1 driver? Lewis Hamilton. I mean,
Another Lewis.
yeah, I must admit, this is my first F1, so, but his name gets thrown around as one of the best athletes in the world, so yeah, of course I'd take that,
If any cricketer could become an F1 driver, who would it be?
It's a great question. I think David Warner would be a very good, he loves his fast cars and he's quite aggressive, so I think he'd fit in nicely.
Which F1 driver do you think would have the fastest bowl?
Maybe George Russell, I reckon. He'd be decent in English, so he'd obviously know how to play and he's reasonably tall. I reckon he'd be okay.
Loves his cricket.
Yeah, he does.
Which town in Australia do you think could host a Formula One race?
Well, I've been from Victoria, it pains me to say, but I think Sydney would be a very beautiful race. But like everything that happens in Sydney, if you put an event on there, it'll bucket down rain.
I'm a Sydney girl, so
yeah,
I see that.
It's a part of it, isn't it?
What are you most excited about?
Hello, yes, well, I'm most excited for the sound because we always used to hear it back at home and me and Dad loved cars, and then finally being able to be here and hear them live is something I'm really looking forward to.
I hear you saw a very special photo on social media today. Can you talk us through it?
Yeah, so the photo I saw, I got my friend sent me the photo that F1 had posted on their Instagram, and it was a photo of Dad and Lewis on the MCG, and I'd never seen that photo before. And it was just really cool to see, that photo, and it's fitting now that the F1's coming so soon, and I'd never been before, and we'd always spoken about it, so it's cool to finally be here.
If any boxer could become an F1 driver, who would it be?
That's a great question. Boxers are crazy, just like Formula One drivers. I would say at the moment, maybe Tim Zhu. He's probably one of the biggest names. He's taken the big fights. He's got the big kahunas, that's for sure. So I'm going to say Tim Zhu.
What are you most looking forward to this weekend?
I grew up in Melbourne and I've never actually been to the Formula One, so I'm excited to be here. What an amazing event. I feel it's the first time wearing a bow tie.
That's lovely.
Thank you, so do you. First time wearing a bow tie and excited for tonight. Hopefully I meet some cool people and then go on the race on the weekend.
Which F1 driver do you think would be the best at the 400?
The best at the 400? I'm going to have to say Carlos Sainz.
Carlos?
Yeah, I follow him on Instagram. I've seen some of his workouts. He looks pretty fun.
Did you see Lando running here the other day? No. Oh, okay. Didn't see Lando. You're a fashion girl. You love your fashion. What driver has the best fashion, do you think?
The best fashion or driver? I would have to say... Actually, no, I'll give it to Lando this time.
Lando gets one, yes.
And I would honestly have to say Charles Leclerc as well. Yes. But I also love, I know he's not a driver, but Toto Wolff. Yeah, he gives off suave.
Yes. Yeah. No matter what Toto Wolff is wearing, it just looks so good.
Yeah, he's so tailored. I love it.
Is it your first Grand Prix this year?
No, I was actually lucky enough to come last year, but it's my first night at Glamour on the grid, so it's great.
What driver? Who are you supporting this weekend?
Lewis Hamilton and Mercedes. So yeah, love Lewis. So hopefully he goes well, and also love Danny Ricciardo.
You have to love Danny, don't you?
Yeah, Perth boy. I'm from Perth, so it's great.
If you could swap lives with any F1 driver, who would it be?
I have to say Lewis. Just the style, the speed, everything's there, so it'd be Lewis.
Talking about style, I'm assuming. Who's your style icon in the F1 world?
I've got to go with Danny Ricciardo for that one. Yeah, he's unique, a little bit different, brings his own vibes and brings that Australian culture as well.
Hey, what are you looking forward to most this weekend?
I am looking forward to getting out to the track. I'm so excited. It's been a while. Last year I had to miss it because a friend very selfishly got married. So I'm excited.
There's a few of them.
Yeah, so many weddings fall on the same weekend. So I'm happy to actually be able to make it this year.
Yeah. Who are you supporting this weekend?
I'm a
Danny?
Lewis, yeah.
Lewis fan.
I bet, yeah. I'm a Lewis fan.
What got you into Formula One?
Honestly, that's so funny. Me, a real cars girl, as you can tell. No, look, I probably like the fashion side of it. I know that is illegal to say on this channel, but probably that, and then and probably honestly Daniel Ricciardo. Yeah.
Oh, everyone loves Danny. You can't not love Daniel Ricciardo.
I think so, and he's a really massive Australian music fan, and I love that. So as an Australian musician, I'm like, yeah, maybe I'll be like, oh, maybe you could check out my music, Daniel. If you see this, Daniel, it's pretty good.
Formula One is go! The greatest spectacle in motorsports. It is a new day.